I will tell you about Dr. Israr Ahmed, and I'll conclude inshallah. This is one of his lost treasures. I held that for last. He said that there are two views of looking at Islam. One view is you look at Islam and you say, what does it do for me? What does it do for me? What is halal for me? What can I enjoy? What more can I do? You make more and more things permissible on yourself. You ask, what more luxuries can I take part in this life? And there's another view of Islam, which is, what more can I do for it? What more can I do for it? So one view is Islam is in service to me, and the other view is I am in service to Islam. And he said that the Sahaba, radiallahu anhum ajma'in, were predominant. If you study what they did and the kinds of questions they asked to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what more can I do? How do I get to Jannah? Tell me the most amazing thing I can, the most beloved thing to Allah that I can do. In other words, they weren't asking how much less can I get away with. They were asking, what more can I do? And if you look at the questions of the Muslims today, when they go to the ulama, what do they ask? Do they ask, what more can I do for Allah? Or do they ask, what more dunya can Islam give me? Essentially, is this halal? Can I eat that too? Can I go there too? Can I buy this too? Can I get in this business also? Can I wear that? You understand? The mentality has become, I want to be served by the religion and feel good about myself and not have to feel guilty, rather than me serving myself to Islam. And in this, he had a very, I would have to say extreme opinion, but in the end I have to be jealous of him. I have to be jealous of him. Because having that extreme opinion, I don't know of anybody who could have that nowadays. I don't know. You know what his extreme opinion was? He said, until the deen of Islam needs help. He said, look around you and ask yourself the question, does the deen of Islam need help? And I don't think any Muslim would look around and say, no, deen needs no help at all. I think all of us know very well, we are living in times where the deen needs help. He says, until the answer is yes, the deen of Islam needs help, he said, you shouldn't enjoy your food. You shouldn't buy new clothes. You shouldn't get an extra car or buy a house or expand your property. Live to the bare minimum and give everything else to help Allah's deen. Until that is done, until Allah is happy that the deen is established, you shouldn't be happy. That was his opinion. And you know, having that opinion is one thing. Living by it is something else. He would come to the United States. You know, scholars come from abroad, we put them up in hotels. Even I go and at a conference and they'll book me a hotel room and this and that. The guy doesn't stay at a hotel. He's sleeping on the floor in the masjid. He's sleeping at somebody's house on the floor. And he's eating like simple meals. And he's dressing in the same clothes. He's got two pairs of clothes. One's in the wash and the other he's wearing. That's what he's wearing for 2 months. 3 months in a stretch. Subhanallah. It's one thing to say, I'm not going to enjoy life, I'm going to give everything to it. It's one thing to say that. But it's another to do that. Even go visit his institute in Lahore, which I never had the fortune of visiting, but my friends and colleagues did. How is he living? What kind of life is he living? Subhanallah. It's a remarkable thing to have people that not only say that, but put literally what they say, put your money where your mouth is. And he was expecting that from Muslims. It's a very high expectation. We're barely holding on to the fard, the minimal fard, and here he was saying, give everything up for the sake of this deen, put everything into it. The Urdu expression was, tan man dhan laga do. He would say it all the time. He would say it all the time. He said, forget about everything else, the deen needs your help. That was his calling. And I know that this is not the position of the majority of theologians, that they say the Muslim, it's okay for you to have extra pairs of clothes or whatever else, and you don't have to be that extreme. And I say that fine, it is. If you compare it to the vast majority of scholars, it is extreme. But man, I'm still jealous. To want akhirah that bad and to let go of dunya that strongly, that's something we have to admire. It really is. And in that sense, I feel of all his contributions, it is that idea that he lived by, that he presented constantly, that he educated people with. That idea alone makes me think it's a huge loss to the ummah. That we have a person like that and a fire like that was burning in his heart, that is now gone. And I pray that Allah Azza wa Jal blesses our efforts, and those of us that were in whatever small capacity, his students, or were fortunate to take benefit from his thought, his ideas, his durus, his lessons, I pray that we're able to do some justice to what we learned, and to be able to present something from the Quran in that light. I want to tell you in the end 2 things inshallah, and I'm done. The first